everybody, welcome to our channel Living in Richmond, Virginia, where we show you exactly what it's like to live, work, eat, and play right here in RVA. We are really excited to share this video with y'all today because it's all about the pros and cons of living in Goochland County, which is where we are building our next home. This video has been a long time coming, and we will definitely be doing more videos about Goochland in the future. Be sure to stay to the end so that you have all the information, because honestly, some of these pros might far outweigh the cons depending on what you're looking for in your next home.
If this is your first time to our channel, welcome. I'm Taylor Jefferson.
And I'm Sarah Jefferson.
And we own and operate Jefferson Grove Real Estate. We've helped tons of families relocate to Richmond. And if you're thinking about doing the same, be sure to download our free Richmond Relocation Guide. It's full of useful information all about Richmond and the surrounding areas. The link's in the comments below and on our banner image. If you haven't done so already, you have to subscribe to our channel, because every week we'll be posting new videos all about living in Richmond, including more neighborhood tours, family-friendly activities to do, pros and cons lists, and more. Now, with all that being said, let's dive into today's video.
So as mentioned, we're in the process of building our next home in Goochland County. I think that after you watch this video, you'll understand the appeal to this area and why ultimately for us, the pros outweigh the cons. So let's start with pro number one. Goochland is a much more rural county than most of Richmond's suburbs, and what usually goes hand in hand with that is you get more land. It's entirely possible to find acreage here in Goochland, so no more passing the dinner plate to your neighbors between the windows of your home here. Whenever a client tells us that they want acreage, immediately our minds go to Powhatan, Hanover, and Goochland counties.
Now, when a client tells us that they want land, our immediate follow-up question is, do you want high-speed internet? The 1-2 punch of acreage and high-speed internet is where it gets trickier, and that's con number one. A good rule of thumb is that as you increase acreage, you decrease your chances of finding true high-speed internet. Now, I'm not saying that Goochland County is devoid of reliable, fast internet providers, but you should be aware that many of the homes in this county sitting on any type of acreage might not have it, and you will have to take it on a case-by-case basis. So if you tell us that you're looking for a horse farm, but you also need high-speed internet, just be aware that we're going to be unicorn hunting, so don't expect to have too many options to choose from.
Another common utility that isn't widespread and available here in Goochland is natural gas. And that's con number two. If you love gas cooking or gas heating, you may be out of luck. However, some homes will have propane tanks of various sizes. The smaller 100-gallon above-ground tanks are fairly common and can be used for gas stoves and fireplaces. But if you are utilizing propane gas for heating in any of the previously mentioned uses, you'll probably need to have a buried 500-gallon propane tank that a gas company comes out and fills routinely. Propane gas is more expensive than natural gas, and there is the added cost of delivery, so budget appropriately.
Goochland County is expansive, containing over 290 square miles. It's bordered to the north by Highway 64, the James River to the south, pretty much runs from Highway 288 on the east to about halfway to Charlottesville. So this one is a bit of both a pro and a con. Pro number two is that certain areas of Goochland are very convenient to other major areas. Eastern Goochland is super close to all that Short Pump has to offer, so it's possible to get the benefits of country living and a more rural country feel while still being super convenient to one of the best suburbs and commercially developed areas around Richmond. Western Goochland isn't that far from Charlottesville, so if you need to split your distance between these two great cities, you should definitely consider Western Goochland.
But here's the downside to the location of Goochland. Con number three is that traveling within the county, specifically north or south, can take a while. Most of the major roads, Highway 64, Broad Street, and Patterson Avenue, run east and west. Traveling north or south within the county isn't as easy or convenient. The only real major roads that run north and south are Highway 288 all the way to the east, and Sandy Hook Road practically in the middle of the county. So the further you are away from Patterson, Broad, 64, 288, or Sandy Hook, the longer your commute will be, and it will likely be on a single lane country road, which might not be ideal during the winter.
It's not all negative though. It's entirely possible you'll target this area based on your job. So pro number three is that lots of top employers are located in eastern Goochland County in what's called the West Creek Business Park. The West Creek Business Park is located right off of Patterson Avenue with its own exit off of Highway 288. Lots of top employers here in Richmond are located here. There's CarMax, Lux Stone, Virginia Farm Bureau, the Federal Reserve Bank, Performance Food Group, and just a little north there's a gigantic Capital One West Creek location. This is also where Hardywood's West Creek Brewery is at, which is one of our favorite places to visit.
Now, we may be splitting hairs here, but we feel that it should be mentioned. Con number four is that the school systems aren't rated as well as the school systems within the West End of Henrico or Midlothian. We have a daughter that we will be sending to the public schools within Goochland, so it wasn't a deal breaker for us. But if you're looking for the absolute highest rated schools, these aren't it. That being said, whenever we speak with a parent who has a child in the Goochland County school system, we haven't heard anyone say anything other than that they love the schools.
We talk about Goochland's proximity to other areas because it is important since there isn't as much commercial development within Goochland, and that's con number 5. So your grocery shopping options are far more limited than pretty much anywhere else in Richmond, as are your dining spots. Grocery store-wise, there's a Food Lion located at Sandy Hook Road and Fairgrounds Road to the west, and then to the east there's a Food Lion located right off of West Broad Street near Centerville. Also right here at this spot is one of our new favorite bars, the Sports Page Bar and Grill. Just down the street from here is Lola's Farmhouse Bistro, which we just featured in our best outdoor dining video. But sadly that's about it, which is why being on the eastern side of Goochland is so nice, because you're convenient to all that Short Pump has to offer, which offsets the lacking commercial development of Goochland.
Pro number 4 is that Goochland County's tax rate is one of the lowest around Richmond. At only 53 cents per $100 of assessed value, it's a bargain compared to Richmond City, which is over twice as much. A $500,000 home in Goochland County would only cost $2,650 per year, whereas the same home in Henrico County would cost $4,350 per year in taxes. There is one important side note here, and that is the Tuckahoe Creek Service District has an additional tax. Certain tax parcels along the eastern part of Goochland County have an additional 32 cents per $100 of assessed value tax, which would make it almost identical to Henrico County's tax rate.
We're going to call this a con, but really it's just something you should be aware of and know, especially if you've never lived on a home with a well. Lots of houses here do not have public utilities, so they're on well water and a septic system. When you lose power and your house is on a well, you'll also lose your water pressure, so you will want to invest in some type of backup generator if your house is on a well. This is another case where having a large buried propane tank is nice, because you can get a whole house generator and hook it up to the propane line, and you won't even notice that you've lost power. But if you run a whole house generator for a week, you will notice it on your next propane bill.
Lastly, we're going to finish up with a bullet point that could be a pro or a con depending on your point of view. Goochland County is a slow growth county, and they will be resistant to lots of development. So there won't be tons of new neighborhoods popping up, but when they do, the lot sizes will be on average larger than many other new subdivisions in other counties. Goochland doesn't want to become densely populated, so they limit the amount of homes a developer can build within a given area / size of lot. This means that Goochland will stay like Goochland for a while, be it for better or worse. It depends on your point of view.
So we listed more cons than we did pros because there honestly are more cons. That being said, it all depends on your priorities and what you want out of where you live. And some of these cons are situation specific. So if you're wanting more land and you found a home in eastern Goochland with high-speed internet, I would say jump on that immediately because there isn't a downside then. For us, the pro of having some land and space between neighbors, yet not being impossibly far away from Short Pump, outweighed any of the other cons, and for us it was a perfect compromise. Now, talk to me in a year when I've been cutting the grass for a yard that's 1.5 acres, and I might be singing another tune.
This will not be our last video about Goochland, and we definitely have plans to do some neighborhood highlights for this area and more. So be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. If you're thinking about moving to the Richmond area, be sure to hit us up. We have helped tons of families relocate to Richmond, and we can make your move stress-free and easy. Thanks for being here with us today, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.